I'm a flight attendant. My husband boarded my flight with a woman using my name. I'm a flight attendant. And yesterday, my husband boarded my flight with a woman using my name. We've been married for 5 years. No kids, no secrets. At least, that's what I thought. I wasn't even supposed to be on that flight. I picked it up last minute. Didn't tell him. Didn't think it mattered. Boarding started like any other day. Smile, scan, welcome aboard. And then I saw him, my husband, walking toward me like nothing was wrong. But he wasn't alone. There was a woman right behind him. Same height as me. Same hair. Same style. At first, I thought it was just coincidence. People look alike all the time. But then she got closer, and my entire body went cold. Because in her hand was a passport, and not just any passport. Mine, my name, my face. She was holding it like it belonged to her. Like she was me. I stepped back so fast I nearly dropped the scanner. That passport was supposed to be at home, locked in my drawer. So how did she have it? I slipped behind the galley curtain before they noticed me. My hands were shaking, my mind racing. There was no way this was random. I peeked out. They sat in row 19. Close. Too close. He leaned in, whispering something to her. She nodded, calm, like this wasn't new, like they'd done this before. Then he looked up and saw me. I watched the exact moment his face changed. Color drained, jaw tightened. He stood up immediately and walked toward me. Fast, too fast. Hey, he whispered, grabbing my arm. I can explain. I didn't move, didn't blink. Explain what? I asked quietly. He glanced back at her, then back at me. She's helping me with something, he said. It's temporary. Temporary. With my name, I asked. He froze, just for a second. But that was enough. You weren't supposed to be here, he muttered. And that's when something inside me snapped. Not into anger, into clarity. I nodded slowly. Okay, I said. We'll talk later. He studied my face, trying to read me. Then he nodded and went back to his seat, like he still had control, like I was still his wife. I went back to work, smiling, serving drinks, watching, studying her. The way she sat, the way she fixed her hair, the way she spoke. It wasn't random. She wasn't just with him. She was copying me, every little detail, like she'd been practicing. About an hour into the flight, he got up to use the restroom. That was my chance. I walked straight to row 19. She looked up at me, and instantly, fear, real fear. Hi, I said softly. I'm his wife. Her entire body stiffened. I'm not here to cause a scene, I continued, but I need the truth. She didn't speak, so I leaned closer. That passport? I whispered. That's mine. Her eyes filled with tears immediately. I didn't steal it, she said quickly. He gave it to me. Of course he did. Why? I asked. She hesitated, then leaned closer. He said, I'd be you. My heart stopped. What? He said you were leaving, she whispered. That you didn't want this life anymore. I felt like the ground disappeared under me. He's been teaching me, she continued. How you talk, what you like, your routines, your job. No. He said when the time came, her voice broke. I'd take your place. I couldn't hear anything after that. Just silence. Loud, empty silence. Take my place? Like I was already gone? I straightened slowly. Every emotion I had, gone. Replaced with something colder. I pulled a napkin from my pocket. Wrote my number, pressed it into her shaking hand. Call me after the flight, I said. Then I smiled and walked away. The rest of the flight, perfect. Calm. Professional, like nothing happened. But inside, I was already done. When we landed, he didn't try to talk. Just grabbed his bag. Said he'd call me later. Like this was normal. Like I was still his wife. That night, my phone rang. It was her. Crying, shaking. He's done this before, she whispered. I found things, IDs, photos, other women. My chest tightened. He makes them disappear, she said. New names. New lives. And me? I asked quietly. There was a long silence. Then he said you were next. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just said one thing. Stay where you are. The next morning, I didn't go home alone. When my husband opened the door, he smiled, like nothing was wrong, like he was still in control. Then he saw who was standing next to me, her, holding my passport. And behind us, 2 officers. His smile didn't fade. It shattered. And for the first time, he didn't say, let me explain, because this time, there was nothing left to hide.